Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful financial forces in the entire world. Seriously, it's a force that can either build you an incredible fortune or it can bury you in debt. And it really all comes down to one simple thing: whether you understand it or you don't.
For centuries, some of the smartest people to ever live have looked at this concept with just complete awe. They've called it a miracle, the most powerful force in the universe, and yep, even the eighth wonder of the world. You've probably heard this quote, often credited to Albert Einstein, and it just perfectly sums up the two sides of this coin, right? It's a force you can either put to work for you, or it's one you will end up paying. So let's make sure we're all on the right side of that equation.
So, what is this thing, this mysterious force? How does it actually work? And, the big question for all of us is, how do you make sure you're the one earning it instead of the one paying? Okay, the easiest way to really truly get your head around compound interest is with an analogy you've known forever: the snowball effect. At its heart, it's pretty simple. Compound interest just means you earn interest on your interest. So you start with your initial investment, that's called the principal, and it earns some interest. But here's the magic. The next time interest is calculated, it's not just on your original money. It's on the original money plus all the interest you've already made. Benjamin Franklin put it even more simply. He said, money makes money, and the money that money makes money. It's this beautiful loop where your money starts working for you, and then its earnings start working for you too. That's the engine. Think about it, right? You're at the top of a big, snowy hill. The snowball starts tiny, and at first, the growth seems kind of slow, almost unnoticeable. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow. And the bigger it gets, the more surface area it has, so the more snow it picks up with every single rotation. Pretty soon, its growth isn't just steady, it's explosive, it's exponential.
So, if compounding is the engine, what's the fuel? You might think it's about having a ton of money to start with, but you'd be wrong. The single most critical ingredient, the real secret sauce, is time.
Let's look at a classic example to see what I mean. Meet Alex and Sam. They're doing the exact same thing. They both invest $200 a month, and they both get the same average 7% return each year. The only difference, the only one, is when they start. Alex begins at 25, and Sam waits just 10 years to start at 35. Okay, now let's fast forward to retirement at age 65. Over the years, Alex has put in a total of $96,000. Sam, since he started later, has put in $72,000. So only a $24,000 difference in what they contributed, right? But look at the final numbers. Sam ends up with a respectable $244,000. But Alex has over $500,000, about $523,000. I mean, look at that difference. Alex ends up with more than double what Sam has. Just let that sink in for a second. For a 10-year head start and only contributing $24,000 more out of his own pocket, Alex's final nest egg is over $250,000 larger. That is the raw power of time. That first decade gave Alex's money 10 extra years for that snowball to roll and grow. In fact, the growth Alex got from his first 10 years alone ended up being more valuable than everything Sam contributed over 30 years. Those early years are they're everything. But here's the thing. That snowball, it's not always your friend. This incredible force for building wealth has a dark side. And when it works against you, it is just as powerful and it can be absolutely destructive. Because when that snowball of interest is growing on money you owe somebody else, it creates a debt trap that can feel completely impossible to escape from. You see this all the time with high-interest credit card debt. If you're only making those minimum payments, the unpaid interest gets tacked right back onto your balance. So the next month, you're not just paying interest on what you spent, you're paying interest on last month's interest. It becomes this vicious cycle where the debt grows faster and faster, even if you stopped using the card completely. And this brings us right back to that Einstein quote, doesn't it? When you're paying compound interest on debt, you are living the second half of that sentence. You become the one who pays it. So we've seen the two paths, right? Compounding can build a fortune, or it can dig a really deep hole. The choice is all about which side of the equation you want to be on. So let's talk about how to make sure you're harnessing this incredible power for yourself. The good news is the strategy is actually super simple. It really just comes down to 4 basic rules. Number 1, start early. We saw with Alex why time is your absolute greatest asset. 2, Be consistent. Those regular contributions, no matter how small they feel, are what keep that snowball fed and rolling. 3, reinvest everything. Let your earnings start earning their own earnings. And number 4, and this might be the hardest one, be patient. You have to let the process work.
The legendary investor Charlie Munger said it best. The first rule of compounding: never interrupt it unnecessarily. See, every time you pull money out or you stop contributing, you're not just hitting pause, you're stopping that snowball dead in its tracks and losing all of that amazing future momentum. The goal is to get it rolling and then just get out of the way.
So after all of this, what's the one thing, the single most important lesson that you absolutely have to walk away with? Let's boil it all down.
It is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking, oh, I don't have enough money to start investing. But that is completely missing the point. The real magic of compounding isn't about how much money you have when you start.
It's about when you start. It's about how long the hill is in front of you. A small snowball with a really long hill to travel will always beat a big snowball with a short hill. So yeah, the best time to start was yesterday. But the second best time? It's right now. Look, understanding this concept is like being handed a financial superpower. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it? Your compounding journey starts now.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications.